everybody. Thank you very much for attending our SchoolNet webinar today. I'm Fiona Beale and I'll be your host. Today's webinar is entitled Coding. It's not scary, it's easy, it's free, and it promotes cerebral fitness. Sounds very exciting. Our speaker is Charmaine Roynon, who wears many hats. She is a Microsoft MIE expert from Cape Town and a Microsoft trainer. She's the ICT integrator at Weinberg Girls Junior School, and she's also head of curriculum development and teacher training at Edu 365 SA, among other things. So, Charmaine, we're very thrilled to have you. Charmaine's very interested in coding and its importance to our learners, and she recently ran a coding conference at her school for teachers around Cape Town. She plans to take this coding conference to other centres. So, Charmaine, thank you very much for doing this webinar for us, and over to you.
Hi guys, it's great to see all your names. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Fiona? Right,
yes.
It's great to see all those familiar names. Alice from Meta Group, Dr. Bayers, Hilton, it's great to see you. Yeah, so coding for me was a very scary thing over a year ago, and I've had the most incredible journey as a person who knew nothing about code, and now I don't know a whole lot more about code, but I've been able to implement it at my school. Just some things about what's going to happen in 2028. The average lifespan of the children, our current grade 6s and 7s, is going to be 105. The population is going to be 88.3 billion. You're going to have brain implants to restore memory. I need that. You're going to be able to text by thinking. Water is going to be a weapon of war. And you're going to be able to resurrect extinct species. So this is the world that we are pushing our children out into, which is exciting but scary at the same time. So compared to when I was at school, I didn't really know why I had to learn all the things I did, but we need to prepare young people for jobs that don't exist yet, and they have to solve problems that we don't even know exist. So it's an exciting, but it's quite a scary scenario in terms of education, because we're trying to educate our children for stuff that we don't know even exists yet. I love this guy. The role of the teacher is to create the conditions for invention rather than provide ready-made knowledge. So when I went to school, I had to learn the ready-made knowledge and vomit it up at a test the next day, and I never really understood it. So this is the whole new role of the teacher. And this is my journey. It started last year in 2016, where I've looked at the concept of coding. I was never very good at maths. I think I left the room psychologically at fractions. My maths teacher's false teeth also kept falling out, and I really didn't understand what was going on. So I've avoided anything to do with any kind of problem solving or logical thinking or whatever. And I decided last year it scares me and it would be a good thing to try, and I needed to step out of my comfort zone. So I started a coding club at Somerset House Prep. On a Wednesday afternoon, they have clubs, and it was absolutely amazing the response I got. So I went and researched a few websites. I visited a few people at a conference that I went to, and we could have left the building and the children wouldn't have even known. They absolutely adored it, and that was very motivating for me. Then in 2017, I started my contract at Weinberg Girls Junior, and we ran a conference called Crack the Code Conference, promoting cerebral fitness. That was incredibly exciting. We had 30 schools there. We had 80 teachers who attended 36 different workshops, hands-on presentation, all around coding and robotics, mainly for primary school teachers who knew absolutely nothing about coding or done very little about it and wanted to know more. And the response, the feedback that we got from the delegates was fantastic. They really, really enjoyed it. So it's this this conference that we're looking, as part of my job as a consultant at Edu365, into cloning across the country. Okay, so my job at Weinberg Girls Junior is an ICT integrator, and when I got to the school had already bought these little yellow creatures here, the little bee-bots, and we bought some STEM mouse, and we started this with grade R to 2. And it was so exciting because I set these devices up in my room, and I bought some of those lovely chocolate muffins from Woolworths, and we have muffin mornings where I put the equipment up and the teachers have a conversation. They have a conversation. I didn't have to show them how to use the stuff. And they came up with the most incredible ideas on integrating this kind of robotics into the curriculum. And one of our grade 1 teachers was actually presented her girls doing bee-bots at the conference in March. But what is also interesting, I look at all the teachers' planning, and they have to put their IT integration into their planning. The grade 6s are going to be using these little yellow guys to do a lesson on perimeter and area and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. The kids absolutely love the bee-bots and the robots. And then this is one of the sites I discovered, Codeorg, which was like going into a sweet shop and every single sweet suits you and you really want it, because there's nothing here that you can't really get involved with. So I took the kids into trying Code Studio, and I actually let the children play around with the younger children. I took them through course 1, course 2, 3, and 4, so that they could get the hang of what block coding is about. So if you look at the bottom picture there, it actually, Elsie, can you help me catch the naughty pig? Stack a couple of move forward blocks, and it tells them step by step how to do it. And the interesting thing was, the more involved they got with this, is the less they asked for help. And it was a safe place for them to solve problems. Then once we'd done the course 1 to 4s, I gave the older girls a chance to choose from any one of these, where they could go and do code and make a Flappy Code game, or Frozen, or go and play a bit of Minecraft. Whatever. The Minecraft, of course, was very popular, but more about that later. But the thing that I found really exciting was the artist. We had a grade 4s. They give you an option in Codeorg where you can go and look at what other children have developed, and you can try it yourself. And one of the little grade 4s came up with a picture, but it wasn't properly on the screen. And she said to me, Mrs. Roynon, I think I've got the wrong angle at grade 4 level. And that's when I realized that these kids are working out stuff for themselves. They're in a safe place to solve their own problems. And then what's really nice about the Code.org, you can actually enter all your children very easily from an Excel spreadsheet, and you can keep a track of their progress, which is great, because the teachers can now see what the children are doing, how they're progressing. And the teachers also, I encourage the teachers to sit with the girls and let the girls talk their strategy through that. How did you do this? What did you do here? How did you solve this problem? Okay, so another website I found, the video clip is not working very nicely, is Code Monkey, which we're using in grade 3 and grade 4 now, which really works nicely. And basically what it is the children have to write commands in the higher levels to get this monkey to pick up the banana and follow on his way. So it's a little bit more difficult in that they have to be accurate. They've loved working with this little guy. And they can move from level to level and compete each other in whatever level they're doing. And Code Monkey also has where you can see what the children are doing. I think the thing that's blown me away about websites like Code Monkey and Code.org is that the coding community has made all these incredibly wonderful resources available free of charge. I don't think I've ever seen that in any other concept, new education concept. I've never seen that. And it's just been such an amazing journey and made it so much easier because we haven't had to dosh out lots of money. And I made this little video clip, which is not working in Adobe with Office Mix. Okay, and then about a month ago, I found a website called Code for Life, which is very similar. It works the same as Codeorg, but it takes the children into learning a program, a language called Tinker, where they can really create their own games. Because for the first term, I had a whole lot of websites that I let the children go around and play around and see what they enjoyed. But we needed to have some focus and some structure so we could see what the girls were doing. We could see how long they take to solve a problem. So I got them onto, it took me less than 15 minutes to get 6 classes up onto the teacher console. And the platform is just so user friendly. So I started the different grades at different levels. Let's go play. And so we started the little ones with at the first levels, and then the older kids I started them at level 10 or 11. So basically, and it also has audio. It says there, can you make the van turn right? And it gives you an instruction, and then you play, and they have to get the car to go around the corner. Okay, and you often hear, "Oh, my car's in the grass again." Okay, so so they absolutely love it. We've got some of the grade 5s on level 47. So eventually they get to create their own games, and then they can compete against each other, which they really enjoy. And you can see at the bottom, it tells me how long it took them to answer the problem, to tackle the problem, and you can go and sit with them if they're stuck. Very, very user-friendly website. They've just changed their interface, and there's a whole lot of teaching resources for teachers. Okay, that's just one of the challenges, and all of these lovely teaching pack student certificates. It's just an all in one. It works like a charm. The kids absolutely love it. And then I've tried. I know that a lot of you have seen all of these apps. Scratch works fantastically. It's got video clips which show the kids what to do. We've worked with Alice, so I've given the girls a really wide platform on what to see what coding and animation is about. Codeorg they love because it's very similar to Minecraft. So we have spent 2 terms now exploring all these different platforms where we haven't really structured them and watched their progress. We're only starting to watch their progress now. And then as a result of running the code conference at our school, we've now got 2 academies. We've got Edro Academy, which is a robot that is programmed via a program called Scribbler on Windows PCs. We run that for grade 6 and 7 in the afternoon. It's paid for by the parents. And then we're starting an academy, a Young Engineers Academy, at the beginning of the 3rd term from grade 2 to 5, which they're going to be running on a Monday afternoon, which is also an extramural. Both absolutely fantastic programs. So they're awesome, and we putted it to the parents as an opportunity for enrichment for the children. But obviously we're going to be looking at integrating this kind of thing into the curriculum, which I will talk about a little bit later. Excuse me. So at the coding conference, I had a group of girls who helped me. Their faces aren't all here. I took pictures of them, and I actually forgot to put the picture in of all of them. I had a group of 7 girls who helped me run the entire conference. They put the mobile devices where they needed to go. They registered everybody. They went and they visited all the exhibitors because I wasn't able to. I was running the conference. And when we finished after the conference, myself and the principal and the deputy principal took these delightful young ladies for tea at Chart Farm. And we told them that they could give us a shopping list of what they saw at the exhibition. We had 18 exhibitors, and they had to justify why we should buy this piece of technology for our school. And the little girl in the middle with the glasses, she was precious because she had a look at the VR, the virtual reality headsets. And the principal said to her, why do you think we need virtual reality headsets at Weinberg Girls? She said, Mrs. Corkett, I don't know if you last looked. An outing costs a lot of money, and it's very stressful for the teachers. And I was on the Great Wall of China last week for free. So they've given us a shopping list, and we have put in orders for these on the shopping list. And look, I forgot the VR headsets. Can you believe it? So we have ordered 1 or 2 of each of these robotics or coding, either robots or applications, and they are going to hold a little mini conference in the hall next term, and they are going to show the teachers how these things work, and the teachers have to decide how it could integrate into their curriculum. We have got a robotics specialist who is going to who has a coding curriculum himself, and he is going to tag these, so if teachers need more help, tag them to our existing curriculum. So we've got some really exciting things. One of the devices, you could actually make music plugging into a banana. So the girls have promised to show that to us as well. So this is on the shopping list, and 3 of these items have already been delivered. The girls are beside themselves with excitement. So where to now? We've showed the kids what coding is all about. They understand what the structure is. But we can't keep teaching coding in isolation. So there's lots of reasons why we teach coding. All right. It empowers students. It allows students to create content instead of just consume it. It's a safe place, which is what I noticed, especially with children that are weak in maths. They love coding because it's a safe place to solve problems. It's amazing. It supports many of the principles of maths. It teaches problem solving and critical thinking and analytical thinking skills and computational thinking skills. So we've got all of these wonderful reasons to teach coding, but we cannot continue teaching it in isolation. We need to be building these sets of skills, the problem solving, the logical thinking, persistence, collaboration, integrated in our curriculum. We don't want to do it in isolation. So we need to integrate into the curriculum in context. And in programming activities, students need to persevere in problem solving, and teachers very often rush to help a child that's struggling. We need to give children the space to struggle. And they want to code using something that's really fun. So if you mention the word Minecraft to your learners, their eyes light up and they absolutely love it. So I'm not going to go into depth in integrating into the curriculum because we don't have time in this webinar. But you can integrate curriculum into any of those other platforms that we've seen here. But I was fortunate enough to attend the E2 Africa Summit in Joburg, and we spent 2 days playing Minecraft. And we were shown how to integrate a coding program like Minecraft into the curriculum. And unfortunately, Adobe has actually let us down. I have a video here, but Fiona has Fiona, you're going to upload the presentation. Fiona's going to upload the presentation. This is the website for the presentation of this guy. You can see he absolutely loves Minecraft. His eyes are closed. And it explains how learning becomes real in a Minecraft situation as it can become in any of the other coding platforms. I've just seen it work with my own eyes. So the benefits of Minecraft in the classroom, it gives the students freedom to create. It's all about problem solving. It's a social game. There's the whole new buzzword of collaboration. They can, with the right imagination, creativity, teachers can implement any sort of lesson into the world of Minecraft. That's what I liked. At the E2 conference, we were told to brainstorm in our groups problems that South Africa faces. We had to prioritize 3 and choose one to build a world about. And we sat 6 of us around a table and built a world of sustainable schools, of solar energy and whatever. And it was great fun. And you could see the learning that was embedded into that. So in terms of integration into the curriculum, I've actually seen it work in Minecraft, but I can see how nicely it'll work with the other platforms as well. Okay, so I work for Edu365 and I also work at Weinberg Girls Junior. There are my email addresses. Please feel free to drop me an email. Fiona is going to upload the presentation for you. If you need any more information about anything on our shopping list, I can help you there. Or if you'd like us to run an event at your school, we can. And this is basically what we've discovered about code. It's the 21st century oxygen, and we're going to have to learn to start teaching our children with some fresh air.
Any thoughts from anyone?
Can I kick off?
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
Fiona?
Yes, certainly.
Can I kick off?
Yes.
Just in the bigger picture of things, they say that there's something like 40,000 learners are doing CAT, computer application technology, and about 4,000 are doing programming at grade 12 level.
Yes.
Now you just extrapolate that out further. There is a chronic shortage of coders in the country. So the work that's been done at the primary school level is absolutely critical in terms of the bigger picture. Because not everybody's going to go into programming as a career, but it does start from the early stages, and I commend Charmaine on what she's doing there and others. Well done.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you. That's a very relevant comment.
Thanks. But I think Ron, the thing about the coding is when I mention coding to teachers, oh no, I can't code. One of the grade 4, we've done an experiment with grade 4 at our school where they come into they come and do an hour of code as part of their problem solving for their maths. And this little young first year teacher came in, her eyes were wide, and she said to me, Charmaine, I did coding for 2 years at her high school. I hated it. Do I have to do this? And by the end of the first lesson, she was hooked because it is so easy. You don't have to know how to code, and it's probably better that you don't, because then you don't help the children, and they need to struggle. It's really important and solve those problems. And they get so excited. They get so excited when you say, you must just work it out. Work it out. Have a look. Where did you go wrong? And we got stuck on a problem in Code Monkey, myself and the teacher. And this poor young teacher was devastated. And I said to her, just leave. And one of the girls sorted the problem out. She came and showed us. That was a very empowering moment.
Speaking to the converted. And the other side that I would like, sorry? The other side which I want to throw a pebble in the pond is that I do feel there is space in to get the learners out of the computer. In other words, your little B-bots that you're talking about are critical to get the learners to see the relationship between the real world and the virtual world. And that's where I use the Lego robotics to solve problems there. If I can just add a quick fun for the first Lego League, and also there's a new one, the Robot Olympiad, which is also a very stimulating environment for the learners to get involved in.
Yeah, there's a huge amount. There's a huge amount out there. We've got young engineers at our school. At the coding conference, we had the Apple coding stuff. We had the Google coding stuff. We had across the across the board.
I'm going to put the recording off now.